responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Right to the air goes Nix. And incomplete to open things up. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Nix. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Yaya Diaby in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Second and 6. They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. They've got his man complete, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Nico Collins. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. and they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point of the season. Off the play fake, Nix. And that's off the mark, incomplete. You look at this Packers defense. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On fourth down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Now it's Peterson. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Off the play fake, Stratton. And this one is incomplete. The partner of this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look,
and he can't escape, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now third down and very long. Back to throw. Stratton. Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll try and throw for it here. They'll let this go deep for Collins. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Nico Collins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make the score 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Nix from the shotgun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Working out of the gun is Nix. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Yaya Diaby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. Front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Packers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Past the 20. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 5. A big pickup of 38. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Here we go.
Off the bootleg. Stratton. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Still first down.
Looking to throw. Stratton. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Stratton. And he comes back with one complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Brock Bowers from 10 yards out. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. This one caught by Winslow. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Throwing Nix. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. He's on his way. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing after the interception, Nix. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Texans who are out in front. Brian Robinson. The lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Devon Achane, 3 touchdown runs. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Kenneth Walker with a couple of touchdowns there. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently second in that category. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And some room to maneuver. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They will run the draw with Jacobs, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Deion Henley there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. On the slant, here's Collins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Jenkins. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. Touchdown, Packers. Brevin Jordan, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Here we go. Ready?
Nix to the air. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Drake Jackson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. This is Fant on the short completion. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Yaya Diaby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. On the return is Peterson. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Nico Collins with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it is 42-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Set. Go.
To throw, here's Nix.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Here's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Yaya Diaby. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Stratton.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Packers.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
That's to the left side where he's got Bowers.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
92. Rushing for him now to this point.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeve, show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one.
Butker now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Well, fans usually love to see